Hi there, boys and girls. Today we're going to read Ice is Nice. It's all about the North and South Pole, where it's snowy and icy all year, just like today. It's written by Bonnie Worth, illustrated by Aristides Ruiz and John Matthau. I'm the Cat in the Hat, and we're off and away to visit the poles, North and South, in one day. It will be a quick trip in the SS Ice Chopper, my super slip-sliding icebreaker pole hopper. The North Pole will be the pole hopper's first stop. It's the farthest point north. On the Earth, it's the top. The North Pole. Now, this is a Cat in the Hat early learning book. It's not written by Dr. Seuss, but the Cat in the Hat's in the story. I think this would be a book he would like. Some call this the land of the midnight sun. What's wrong with this statement? Show us, thing one. To call this a land is an incorrect notion. The North Pole is located over the Arctic Ocean. Over most of the ocean, sea ice is floating, so only icebreakers are good here for boating. Here it shows a map. It's over a big giant Arctic Ocean, the top of the Earth. Snow on land near here can pile up quite thickly, forming ice caps and glaciers that do not move quickly. If you sit and watch, and you wait patiently, icebergs will split off and spill into the sea. Icebergs are big and a danger to ships. Much thicker than the sea ice are icebreakers' flips. I have asked widely, and I have been told some very good reasons why the Arctic's so cold. The Earth spins on an axis that goes through its middle, making one turn a day. That's one part of the riddle. On one side of the Earth that is facing away from the sun, it is night. On the other side, it is day. Earth spins on its axis while circling the sun. It takes a full year till this orbit is done. Earth rotates and spins on an axis, not straight up and down. It's kind of slanted. It takes one day to spin all the way around. It takes one whole year to go all the way around the sunshine. The sun, the big giant star in our solar system. 6 months, the North Pole tips away from the sun's light and makes Arctic winter one very long night. In the summer up north, when light shines night and day, white snow everywhere reflects sunlight away. Without light, it's cold, sometimes 80 below. This means 80 degrees less than good old zero. While it tips away from the sun, it's winter time. Native people live here. You ask, are they nuts? In the past, they kept snug in their sturdy skin huts. Today, people live here like you and like me, with houses and cell phones and color TV. Some still fish and hunt, but not in dog sleds. Those marks in the snow, those are snowmobile treads. And this group of people that you can see here are nomads who follow the herd of reindeer. They don't use dog sleds anymore, they use snowmobiles. Cars wouldn't be able to drive in some places. Adaptation is the word I've been told for how Arctic animals weather the cold. Seals, whales, and walruses have blubber, you see. These layers of fat keep them warm as can be. A thick layer of fat that protects them, just like your winter coat. The snowy owl's warm in a feathery snowsuit. Thing one's wearing one. Aw, now isn't he cute? This shaggy musk ox has a coat of fine fur. This coat keeps him warm. Wish I had one. Brr. A thick fur coat will keep the cold on the outside. I will say this to you, and I think it's fair, that the king of this pole is the great polar bear. He has layers of blubber and fur that is white, but his skin is as black as the dark of the night. The polar bear has an unusual hide. It is made up of hairs that are hollow inside. This skin and hair just cannot be beat for absorbing the sun's rays and holding in the heat. his skin is black underneath, but he has white fur, a thick layer of blubber, and his fur is also hollow, means it traps the air inside. That's interesting. As he walks on the snow on four snowshoe-like paws, no animal's safe from the polar bear's claws. In winter, the foxes blend in with the snow. White fur camouflages them quite well, you know. They hide in the snow and hope that they may sneak around that old bear and live one more day. Some Arctic foxes follow the polar bear, because when he eats, he'll leave little pieces that they can eat. Sometimes they will help the polar bear and show him where to go, because they're not as good at hunting as he is. Winter year-round, oh my, what a bummer. But for 4 months you'll find there's actually a summer. In summer, the North Pole tilts back towards the sunlight. It is sunny all day, even when it's midnight. It gets a bit warmer and the snow melts in patches. A tiny insect called the midgefly now hatches. Midges are not much fun. They're kind of like our gnats that we get that buzz around the summer that bother us. Berries and mosses and all kinds of flowers, when temperatures rise, are sprouting in just hours. They'll have to grow really, really fast. Summer brings heat up to 80 degrees. Walk outside with no hat, and you won't even freeze. The owl and the fox turn brown like the hare and blend into the land when it's warm up there. As their fur changes in the summer. Instead of white, it will be brown. That's interesting, isn't it? White in the winter, brown in the summer. This place can get lively, it's true, mark my words. When the caribou come, by the thousands in herds. They've come many miles. It's called a migration. They give birth on the way. It's no spring vacation. Remember, migration means moving to a different home. When they can't find food in the winter, they'll move somewhere else. But they'll migrate and come back when they can find food. They come north to graze as long as it's warm and head south before the first autumn storm. Speaking of south, it's high time we hop to the South Pole. The South Pole will be the pole hopper's next stop. While the North Pole is found in the water, you see, the South Pole's on land. And take it from me, Antarctica's valleys and its mountains are steep, are buried in ice that's at least 2 miles deep. The North Pole is over the Arctic Ocean, the water. But the South Pole, there's land underneath. But it's all frozen and covered with snow and ice. One look at this chart, and in my hand will make clear, when it's summer up north, it's winter down here. If you thought that the north was a cold place to be, the south can get colder by far, believe me. Again, as it's tilting towards the sun, it's warmer. But away from the sun, it's colder. So when it's summer up north, the North Pole, it's winter at the South Pole. Minus 130 degrees. And this is no laugh. It's so cold, I just snapped my ski pole in half. It's colder down south, and the main reason why is these mountains that rise up a mile or two high. Snapped his pole in half. Oh dear. Very cold. Summer's cold too, but penguins still come to eat the fat shrimp and the plentiful krill. Emperor penguins stay near the coast. Small fish and shrimp are what they like most, and there's nothing here good for making a nest, so fathers' warm feet cradle their chicks' eggs best. When they hatch and when they lay an egg, the daddy penguin has to keep it on his feet and cover it up. While the mommy penguin goes to look for food, he has to keep it covered all winter long. They raise their chicks in a crochet all together. They huddle to stay warm in the freezing weather. To get close together to stay warm. But emperor penguins are only one kind. Other penguins come here, as soon you will find. The chin-strap penguins, most numerous of all, live in large groups and have a shrill call. Looks like a little strap under their chin. Chin-strap penguins. Adelaide penguins also live in large flocks. Mates watch over eggs in nests lined with rocks. A head stripe's the sign of the Gentoo breed and the penguin with the fastest underwater speed. Gentoo is the fastest swimming penguin. Whatever great height the rock hoppers may lack, they make up in pluck and are quick to attack. Rock hopper penguins. They also look like macaroni penguins. Penguins of all kinds get here on ice floes because penguins can't fly, as everyone knows. They have stubby legs and waddle, you know. They bob back and forth, and the going is slow. But way down deep in the Antarctic seas, the penguins can swim with the greatest of ease. Very good at swimming. It looks like they fly in the water. Have you heard of this thing that is called climate change? It means the Earth's temperatures are shifting in range. The Earth's getting warmer, and the polar ice is melting quite quickly, which isn't so nice. Students and scientists from dozens of nations are studying the poles from ships, planes, and stations. Their satellites watch the weather and ice. They track climate change and check their facts twice. People are always studying the Earth, everywhere, all around. If we all work together, I hope in my heart we can keep our poles icy, or make a good start. If everybody does their part to take care of the Earth, it'll be a much nicer place, won't it? The end. I hope you enjoyed our story. Ice is nice. Some places it stays frozen and icy and snowy all year. Doesn't hardly melt at all. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.